In order for me to feel any type of joy in my life, I need one of two things, either an upcoming trip or a package on its way.
I truly need to know what people do for fun. If you're not shopping, getting a drink, getting your nails done, like what else is there to do?
Suddenly, every kid needs a matching bento box, Stanley Cup, and water bottle sling, and 14 first week of school outfits.
Okay, so today we're going to be taking a look at some insane overconsumption, just in time for the beginning of the school year and Q4, when we're all advertised the most to buy anything and everything for yourself because you deserve it, or buy it for someone else as a holiday gift. It's the same song and dance, but people fall for it every year. We have a ton of stuff to go over today, along with comments from you guys from previous videos, so if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But let's just start off with the back to school hauls.
Back to school shopping used to be pencils and a backpack. Now it's a full rebrand for a 7-year-old. And what I fear is happening is we're not shopping for the first day of school or school in general anymore. We're shopping for that first day aesthetic photo. Suddenly, every kid needs a matching bento box, Stanley Cup, and water bottle sling, and 14 first week of school outfits. Now moms are filming back to school hauls like they're personal shoppers for a mega influencer. Some of these parents are spending college tuition prices on back to school stuff just for their kid to lose their water bottle by Wednesday. I know that was me as a kid. And I see a lot of moms saying, oh, it's for confidence. No, babe. It's for content. All I can think about is how the lost and found is going to be worth thousands of dollars. And I don't know what mom needs to hear this, but your kid does not need an aesthetic. If your kid didn't manage to ruin their backpack or lunchbox from last year and you're reusing it, you are not a bad mom, you're a smart mom.
And I feel like this is almost entirely because of social media. Sure, you'd probably have some parents that want to buy their kids nice stuff just to show off to other parents in the area, but now because we're all capable of uploading anything for the entire world to see, it's just become one giant competition. And we could go over to the comments. I wonder how much of it they return after filming, which is also becoming an increasing problem. We've gone over clips before that some stores are now charging you to return items, having to deal with buying the shipping labels, all of that, and buying thousands of dollars worth of stuff for a few TikToks just for it all to be returned is a pretty big reason why it's happening. But still, there are a ton of people out there who are legitimately buying, even though they can't afford it. We got a comment from you guys right here. All those credit card debt and Klarna videos are starting to make a lot more sense. All of this just to show off to others. You and I both knew it was going to be in this video. Of course, the water bottle segment. We got yet another version of the Starbucks Bear Cup that people are camping out the entire night for. POV, you're a dedicated collector, so you set up camp in the parking lot to make sure you get the limited edition barista glass. We've gone over this before several months ago, but of course Starbucks isn't stupid, so they just come out with a different version of this limited cup, and people go absolutely nuts once again. All this for a cup that'll be on AliExpress in 2 weeks. I really wouldn't doubt it either, but the creator responds, and you know how much shipping would cost? More than the cup and probably broken. Okay then, maybe you shouldn't be getting it in the first place, because this is exactly what's going to happen a few years down the road. POV, you collected Starbucks tumblers for years, and they have several storage bins full of these cups, obviously not being used whatsoever, so there's no point in having it. They're not even showing it off like other influencers we've seen before that'll just have a wall of different colors. You just stuck them in a couple of bins in your garage, never to be seen again. It looks like a pretty big waste of money to me. We got another comment from you guys. Hoarding used to be something you hid from people, but it'll get you engagement now on social media, and you'll get that dopamine hit for getting likes on TikTok.
I'm trying to sell all of my Stanleys like together as a lot. There's like 21 of them, and I want to sell them for $30 each, and we could split shipping. So if you are somebody who like sells at like a flea market, or if you have like a Mercari, something like this, this would be perfect for you. A lot of these are decorated, have bows.
Okay, so I'm cutting it off there. She's just trying to get rid of all of the Stanleys that she obviously doesn't use anymore, and is trying to spin it in a way that you could resell it and make more money at flea markets. But the Stanley Cups trend has come and gone. People are not paying ridiculous money or sprinting to Target to get these anymore. Good luck. Stanleys are not in demand anymore. I had to let mine go for super cheap because nobody wanted them. The creator responds, you just need to find the right people, especially groups where people understand what some of these are worth. I don't think this is going to work out the way you think it is. She just ends up fighting everybody in the comments. I think you need to come down on your price. Then they respond with an entire paragraph. Respectfully, you don't know much about these. These are almost all limited edition, unavailable cups. They resell for more than double what I'm asking for on top. Then why don't you just resell them yourself? It's because they don't actually sell for this much anymore. Maybe they did a couple years ago. But like I've said before, the trend is done and people have moved on. And we could go and take a look at what people have moved on to.
So the world has become completely fascinated by my Mirumi. Today is actually Mirumi's first outing. I thought we'd take him on the tube and see what he gets up to. Mirumi, did you know that over 1 million people have seen you now? Did you know that? What are you looking at? He always looks in towards me and I feel like he feels safer looking in rather than looking out.
Okay, so I'm cutting this one off again. We got yet another evolution to the Labubus. Those are out of trend. So now we got these things, Mirumis, that are extremely similar to those Labubus, but it looks to be battery operated this time, so their head moves back and forth while they're on your purse. And I guess people are treating it like a living, breathing animal now. Going over to the comments, I'm so confused. Is it a toy? I'm sorry, but talking to it and petting it in public is wild. But I guess this is where we are in 2026 because these are full-grown adults. I would cut some slack to younger kids who are really into them because it's just another toy to play with, but of course instead you have the influencer crowd pushing it onto the masses.
Call me whatever kind of hater you want to, but I am so sick and tired of this. I have to say it. I'm gonna go outside so my kids won't hear me. You have a purse on your purse that also has a gremlin on it, that is also wearing Louis Vuitton pants. I promise you I'm not a hater just because I can't afford it. My Labubu has a better outfit than you. My purse has a better purse than you. Like, that's what the people are gonna say that are triggered. But you have got to be kidding me. I promise you this is something that we will look back on in 10 years and be absolutely mortified.
I do like that you hear the same argument when it comes to not liking one of these overconsumption trends. You're just broke. You can't afford it. That's why you don't like it. Just perfectly playing into the consumerism mindset. I mean, we could just move on to, of course, more of these types of clips, the crazy ASMR overconsumption, where they're just cleaning a whole bunch of plastic products. I don't understand it whatsoever. I don't like ASMR as a whole. I know other people do. And I think that's pretty clear because this video got 1.3 million likes. This just breeds more and more people to do the exact same because then they could get views and followers and the likes and the dopamine. But I think this comment from you guys goes really well with this. These people are the reason why landfills have become massive. POV, your friend says she ran out of moisturizer, so you open up your underbed Sephora. It's crazy that this isn't even the first example we've seen of somebody having almost this exact same clip. Just an ocean of products under their bed, most likely expired because we've gone over it before. Most of these products don't actually last that long, maybe about a year. And even if you use some every day, clearly you wouldn't be able to use it all by the time you'd have to throw it out. Just a complete waste. Another one that I've touched on a little but is getting crazier and crazier by the day is the absolute obsession with Pokemon now. I know it's never really gone out of style, but it's clearly gotten way more popular over the past few years, especially the trading cards. But people like to collect a massive amount of plushes as well, coming home to my poor financial decisions. Now, something that confuses me is that people will latch on to a single Pokemon or their evolutions and just buy those plushes over and over again. I know it'd be crazy if you decide to buy a plush for every Pokemon that existed because there's over 1,000, but to me it would make more sense than just getting a Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, or Venusaur over and over again. This is not a one-off example either. People in Japan are battling to see who has the best Pokemon room. This one's just got mostly Glaceon and some of the other Eevee evolutions. Of course, you got the Pikachus, the Alolan and Vulpixes. I'll just let them run on screen. There are a massive amount of examples of these. And I'm not saying you're not supposed to enjoy collecting things or spend any of your money until, you know, you're 70 years old and then you can retire. You probably can't see it in the background because it's all blurry, but I do have a Salamence and a Metagross because just like basically everybody else in my generation, I also like Pokemon, but this seems more like a way to show off to other people online than actually enjoying Pokemon. Another comment from you guys here. This is why we see so many self-storage buildings going up. Because when you eventually run out of space in your own house, people still don't want to throw things out, so they start putting it in storage, just making the situation worse and worse. I mean, it's getting to a point where this is a really bad addiction.
The things I want to buy list continues to grow every single day. It's like I can never get caught up. Please tell me I'm not the only one.
I truly need to know what people do for fun. If you're not shopping, getting a drink, getting your nails done, like what else is there to do?
Go on a walk, paint, work out, hike, knit, crafts, cooking, baking, making bouquets, cleaning, movies, game night, golf. I mean, people were just listing paragraphs worth of things that you could do instead of just consuming. But there are more and more people getting trapped into this type of mindset.
In order for me to feel any type of joy in my life, I need one of two things, either an upcoming trip, doesn't matter even if it's a small trip, a big trip, an upcoming trip, or a package on its way. Will those things provide long-lasting joy and contentment? No. Nothing does. But will they give me a little sliver? Yes, they will. And that's enough to keep me going.
We all call that an addiction. But it's okay now because it's relatable to a lot of people when I post on social media. I get myself something special when I go grocery shopping to keep the spark inside me alive. Yep, and when a trip is coming and you're getting tons of packages daily from buying for said trip, ultimate serotonin boost. This comment is from a creator where their entire personality is just overconsumption. Eating a whole bunch of food, trying on clothes, of course it's sponsored content, so they're getting money. And then you could go over to their main page where it's just selling you stuff. Shop web app 20% off, with of course a whole bunch of links, and every video is just a try-on haul. These people are obviously going to advocate for you to consume more because that's how they make money.
Here's the issue that I'm having. I'm trying to save, right? Save my money. But the only thing making me feel alive is spending my money. So what do? Be miserable?
Plan a trip every time you get the urge to buy something. Do research about stuff to do or eat or drink on your trip. Does it actually save money? Who knows? Who cares? It feels great. So instead of buying some random trinket off of Amazon, plan an entire trip instead. Yeah, because that won't be way more expensive. Here's another one of the arguments that I hear all the time. Saved $6,000 once. Then my AC went out in my car and I had to move. Saved another $3,000. Then my radiator and spark plugs needed replacing. Saved another $2,000 and there goes power steering. That's basically what life is, whether you like it or not. But people get angry at that and say, well, I'm not going to save anything anymore. I have to spend all my money paying for various repairs or expenses. I'm just going to go on trips and buy whatever. Who cares? But those same issues are still going to pop up in your life, and instead you're just going to have to use a credit card and then be in that horrible debt cycle instead.
I'll ever just be sitting at home and say, you know, I wonder what TJ Maxx has.
Mine is wonder if my Walmart has the viral outfits. Then I go in there, don't find the outfits, but still leave with a cart full. Somebody else says every day it's not healthy, and the creator responds better than hard drugs. Another excuse I've seen before. Stop it, I've been doing so well being TJ Maxx sober. I respect you, I could never. I mean, the comments were never ending, and so are the clips. Me ignoring all my problems, going shopping instead. Is it weird if I take my box of Lululemon tags to college, keeping every one of these tags from the overpriced polyester clothing? I see so many people online talk about how much they hate capitalism in our society, but those exact same people are the perfect pawn for capitalism. If you keep consuming, these companies are going to keep selling products and making more money.
Lonely men buy sneakers, lonely women buy water bottles. It's a behavioral pattern. Researchers call it thwarted belongingness, the psychology state of wanting connection and not having it. When that need goes unmet, people consume. Specifically, they consume things that feel like a proxy for the social group they desire. The mechanism is pretty straightforward. Loneliness predicts parasocial relationships. If you don't have real friends you love near you, you get really invested in the people that feel like friends. Creators, podcasters, founders, we have more of them than ever. And then you buy not their products, but what they signal with. A product that's a proxy for having a group. Maybe if I have this shoe, they'll know I'm one of the guys. The Fashion Bro podcaster wore it. Subconsciously, maybe someone will compliment me, or I'll get 100 likes on the fit pic. Stanley, Owala, Frank Green, Yeti, they're not a cup. It's a social signal visible in the gym, the carpool line, post Pilates, The Office. It says, I'm that kind of woman. You know someone isn't concerned about this if they have Simple Modern. What's wild is this dynamic has been building big brands essentially by accident. Stanley, Porsche, Rode, none of these set out to be loneliness companies. But look at what they actually sell. You might think Stanley sells hydration, but they sell a table to sit at. They had to ban them for girls at elementary schools by me. Rode sells Hailey Bieber's face, yes. But more than that, it sells proximity. Buying the lip treatment is being adjacent to the life. The lip gloss packaging in the iPhone case matters way more than the look on the lip.
And this again goes with a comment from you guys. A dopamine hit for buying, a dopamine hit for unboxing, a dopamine hit for uploading, and a dopamine hit for engagement. Body left craving dopamine, repeat the process. And there are so many new products coming out every single day that you'll never run out of things to buy. You're probably going to run out of cash though, and that's why our credit card debt situation is so bad in the US. And you and I already know, but we could take a look at another example. All the things that we buy each and every day are getting worse and worse in quality.
When you go to the outlets, you see all these signs promising huge discounts, but a new report suggests most of those discounts are just an illusion. That's because most outlets no longer sell products left over from traditional stores. Instead, many sell cheaper quality products that are made specifically to sell at a discount in the outlets.
Brands are pretty quiet about this. They're pretty sneaky, I think, about this.
Consumers Checkbook spent months shopping 40 outlet brands and found most of them stock their outlets with lower quality products made just for the outlet. The labels don't lie. Inside the Banana Republic factory store, those 3 small diamonds you see, those are on the tag to denote that that item was made specifically for the outlet. At J. Crew, there's 2 small diamonds under the company logos. Everything in both stores was made just for the outlet.
It's not remainders, it's not stuff on clearance. It's the reason it's less expensive is that it's of lower quality.
Consumers Checkbook says many customers are okay with that, especially as the price of everything keeps rising.
Also, you could still wear those name brands. Even though the more expensive versions of those same brands are still bad quality, I can't imagine how bad the outlet version is. But like they said, people are fine with it and willing to pay for it. Here's another one up on screen. Someone convinced me this $210 top from Anthropologie isn't worth it. $210. It's actually so cute, and it's just a plain looking top with polka dots. 2 minutes on Amazon and found one just like it for $6. Now I'm not gonna lie, but the Amazon one is pretty low quality, but I just can't believe that a $210 one from Anthropologie is that much better. Say even if you don't want to deal with new clothing anymore, you know, they made it a lot better back 20-30 years ago. More and more places are just straight up lying to you when talking about thrifting. They cut the Shein tags off and pass them off as vintage. This is also not the first time we've gone over clips like this before. It happens a lot more than you think. And the comments aren't much better. I'd still buy, I don't care. Another person, the first one on this video, I would have fell for it. This kind of stuff is just gonna get worse and worse. We got a couple clips going over some Halloween decorations already. Even though these videos were uploaded in July, Michael's out of their minds with these Halloween prices, and a ghost is $130. If you make 20 bucks an hour, that's 7 hours of your life for that. Don't think it's worth it. Since when has Halloween been rainbow first off? The way the foam is super visible on the eyes too, like they didn't even try. You gotta stop buying stuff until they do better. I don't think they'll ever do better. Another one up on screen, what are these Halloween decorations? Again, going through the unbelievable poor quality. But these aren't meant to be kept. You just buy all of this crap, throw it out after the holiday, and do it all again next year. It'll make the companies even more money. Okay, so this was happening all over the world for an AP Swatch collaboration. If you don't know what that is, AP are very expensive luxury watches. I mean, we're talking tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars each, and they had a collaboration that was much more affordable, and people went absolutely wild. I would like to add though, what they were actually getting was hideously ugly. All that for this, and you could take a look, it's just a pocket watch that looks like a toy. It wasn't made of metal, it was just random colors all made of plastic. Really crappy in my opinion, but I guess it didn't matter because you were still buying the AP brand name. And that was everybody in the comments section. It's a plastic watch. This is basically what they're fighting over. A cereal box watch from the 90s. How embarrassing.
App is going viral, and it's part of a bigger trend of so-called dopamine sites. This app lets people pretend to order food, but then nothing happens. It's called Food Never Comes, and it was designed in South Korea. It acts like a food delivery app with many items to choose from. These dopamine sites give people the buzz of actually buying something without actually spending any money. Experts say these sites are becoming more popular because they satisfy the urge without actually completing the transaction.
I'm going to go back to that comment from earlier saying, at least I'm not doing hard drugs, right? I'm just over-consuming. I feel like at this point, it's getting pretty close. You are heavily addicted. People, please wake up. This is not normal. Another person saying holographic meatloaf, my favorite. I wish this kind of stuff was just bait, but from the way we see people act today, I'm not even surprised.
Would you spend $1,000 on a pool float? I've had my eyes on Oliver James Lilos for a while now, and this summer felt like the right time to take pool relaxation to the next level. But for $1,000, this isn't your typical pool toy. I'd consider it more a piece of upholstered outdoor furniture that happens to float. I love the designs and fabrics they have, and I chose this linen stripe because it wasn't too loud and gave that sort of understated luxury vibe. The upholstered fabric has a cushioned layer underneath that makes it super comfy to lounge on, and I think this is my official hangout spot for the rest of summer.
This might be worse than the $5,000 iPhone charger. This has to be rage bait at this point. Luxury pool float. And I went and took a look myself. This thing was almost $1,100. Probably close to $1,200 after paying tax. All while these same luxury companies are laughing in your face.
The companies that sell luxury brands know that people who buy luxury brands are stupid. The reason why luxury store salespeople are rude to customers is because studies have shown that being rude to customers when selling a luxury brand causes them to spend more money. Because people literally buy luxury brands to impress people they don't like. You don't like someone at work, you're gonna show them that you drive a German car. Salesperson rude to you, you're gonna show them that you can spend thousands of dollars.
And most are made in China for $50 and you pay $4,550 for the logo. We've seen examples of that before with Dior and Prada. But like always, it doesn't matter. Tons of people fall for it. My $60,000 everyday jewelry stack as a 20-year-old corporate slave. Obviously showing a whole bunch of jewelry, but going over to the comments, and it all looks cheap. Then the creator responds with the same type of argument. Those who get it, get it. Those who don't can't afford it. Just a perfect capitalist pawn. We could even talk about some of the fake TikTok shop stuff. My favorite blanket from a TikTok shop with the Louis Vuitton logo. Obviously it's not authentic, but these people are just trying to get you to buy so they can get a kickback from the affiliate link. How is it after the first wash? I washed it 2 times, very good quality. No shedding so far. I highly doubt it.
A miniature freaking cooler with all kinds of minis inside, and it comes with a beach ball. Absolute favorite is this mini sandwich in a baggie. It also has little popsicles, a watermelon, a can of pop, and a bottle of pop, and all kinds of ice cubes.
So a worthless buy, no thanks, 100% pointless, will end up in the ocean. But it still looks like almost 3,600 of these have been sold. There is absolutely no hope.
I bought a new car a week ago. And my life is just back to what it was before. One singular week was how long the excitement of a new car lasted. I bought a brand new $50,000 car. I have payments now. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. The excitement, the novelty, all of it, gone.
And that's why, at least for the Amazon type products, you just buy again and again. But there are a lot of clips like this online when you finally buy what you always wanted and the excitement lasted 10 minutes. It's called hedonic adaptation. I regret it when I see order confirmed. Me after buying a PS5 and I realized it wasn't even worth it. When you finally do the flashy things you said you wanted to do, but you realize it's not even all that. And this comment I think is a good way to finish off this video. And if you couldn't post it, will you still choose to do it? I feel like a lot of people wouldn't. But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.